What's your full name?
Pauline Mooney Henderson.
How old are you?
97.
When and where were you born?
I was born in Arkansas in 1918.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 12.
How many of them are girls and how many are boys?
There was 10 girls and 3 boys.
What was it like growing up? What was your most memorable memory?
Fighting with my brothers and sisters.
What was that like?
It was fun. Run around, and we didn't have toys except those that Papa built wagons and cars and things of that sort. You know, where you have the wires and you hit the ball through it.
Oh, croquet.
Croquet, an old-fashioned game.
What was it like to live through tornadoes?
Very frightening, very, very frightening. We had storm houses that were built and weighted down, and we'd go on at night through the storms, and we had a lantern in there and had seats around it, and we'd stay in there till some storm was over, and it was scary.
What was your most memorable one?
Well, I guess it's when the house tore up. One side of the house tore away from the storm.
How old were you then?
Just really tiny.
How did you used to eat? Like, what would you eat?
Well, we had a farm, so we had plenty to eat, but most people that didn't live on a farm were hungry. We never were because we had plenty. But they raised cotton, corn, pigs, cows, chickens. We had plenty, but most people didn't have. I mean, a lot of people didn't have.
What was it like when the Great Depression hit?
It was just terrible today. It was awful. So many people were hungry. They'd work for 50 cents a day, and the men lose their jobs, and this is in the city, and one man out of 10 maybe had work, and they'd help spread it around and help feed the rest of the people, and they'd all live on one paycheck. It was pretty bad. As I said, I'm not men that lose their fortune and jump out of windows and kill themselves. And there were several I knew that did that. Big shots couldn't face the world without their money. They didn't have any prospect of getting more. Banks closed. Papa's closed.
What was living through World War II like?
Well, oh yeah, World War II. That was really a very exciting time. Everybody was getting ready to go to a war, and the whole United States went in for this war. It was very patriotic, very, very patriotic. And everybody they made bandages, and we got in different places and made knitted socks, made bandages, and did everything we could to help the soldiers. Very patriotic war with World War II.
How is living different then versus now? What are the main differences?
One of the, as I said, one of the differences, we had telephones all right, but we had lines. We couldn't dial like you can now. Just
Party lines?
Yeah, we had party lines. But we did have cars, nice cars.
When did you learn to drive?
I was 12.
How did you learn to drive? Do you
My
remember?
mother taught me.
How did she teach you? What did you have to do?
Learn to shift the gears and guide up and down. And she turned me loose. She thought I knew everything.
That was Grandma.
That was Grandma. That was Mama. And she'd send us out on the road, whatever we needed to do.
Were you scared?
Sure. Every time I meet a car, I'd pull over to the side and stop because I was ready to run right into him. I had a tendency to head for whatever I saw. So when the car started coming down the road, we had country roads, and I'd just pull over to the side and stop and wait till he passed me, and then I'd start up again.
How was clothing?
Well, we were pretty well fixed as clothing. Mama, that was important to Mama. So she saw that we had nice clothing, but we didn't have as much as
How did she get them?
she made them.
Yeah, how did you wash your clothes?
On a rubber, but she got a gasoline washing machine after that. And then when World War II come along, you couldn't buy them. All that kind of metal went for the military. Silk was for the parachutes that they used.